Alright, so our first topic that we're going to be looking at is something called the universals of culture. And what you're going to be doing with this is giving a speech about yourself and how the universals of culture are seen in your life. The speech is going to be due this Friday, September 6th, and more details will follow in Thursday's lesson and Friday's lesson on this. But today is just understanding this topic, the universals of culture. And what this is, well, let's look at some key vocab to help us understand what this is. So the word culture means the behaviors and beliefs of a particular social, ethnic, or age group. So when we think culture, we typically think race, like the culture that's associated with a particular race or a particular religion, or a particular nationality. But it can also be things like the culture of Spring Lake Park High School, or the culture of, teenagers today. It's a bit wider than what we generally think of. Okay, so then when we say the universals of culture, the word universal means that it exists everywhere, or it involves everyone. So the universals of culture are things that are present in every culture around the world. So the idea that every culture has particular things that they enjoy doing, like for fun, for recreation. Every culture has kind of beliefs and attitudes and values around family and roles and responsibilities and customs and traditions, okay? The others are economics, geographic setting, attitude towards the unknown, values, ethics, and symbols, aesthetic values, food, clothing, and shelter, communications, and political organization. So on today's assignment, you're going to see on the second page, you're going to see the 10 universals are in bold, and underneath each one you have a series of questions. Now, these are just to help you better understand that universal and to give you some ideas of things that you could ask when you do the first page, which is interviewing. So, when you guys do your speech, your final summative speech for Friday, what you will do is you'll start with your first and last name and brief background about yourself. Then you're going to choose universals to talk about, and then you're going to end with a quote or a song lyric, who it's by, and why it's fitting for you. So that's why this is laid out how it is. And your job is to interview others, it doesn't matter who, using the questions provided on the back of the sheet. After each interview, which is this, using these questions. So you don't, like if you're talking to someone about communication, right? You don't have to ask them every single one of these questions, just pick a couple. And if they don't feel comfortable answering one, then they don't have to, right? Like, pick a different one to answer. After each interview, have the other person sign on the line to indicate which box they talked about. You cannot have the same person sign more than one line. Alternatively, if you would prefer to take selfies with the person that you interviewed and, put the picture here instead to show me who you talked to, that would be awesome. I would love that. Okay, so when you're done, and make sure that you interview like a different person for each one. When you're done, reflect. So what 3 universals of culture do you think that you'll talk about in your speech out of the 10?